Welcome back to Will's Reviews on Smoking, Grilling, and Cooking. Today I want to share with you a ground venison taco soup recipe that's really simple to make and really good to eat. As always, I'll walk you through the steps in the kitchen and then I'll put the full recipe in the description below. This was a recipe I got years ago out of the Nashville, Tennessean newspaper. They got it from a local songwriter called Doak Turner. So Doak, if you're still around, thank you for an excellent recipe that I've used many times. Before we get started, I need to give you the usual spiel about if you like this video and you'd like to see more like it, please subscribe, please tell a friend, please hit the like button, and especially important, please leave me comments on what you thought of this recipe, what you thought of this video, what you'd like to see next. All of those things are really helpful in my YouTube journey. So thanks. Okay, getting started, this recipe calls for 2 pounds of ground beef. I've done it several different ways. I've made it with just ground beef, just venison, and a mix of both. So they're all good, they're all just a little bit different. Today I'm going to use mostly venison because my deer processor makes packs of meat that are 1.5 pounds. I'm going to add half a pound of ground beef and go from there. So let's go to the kitchen and I'll walk you through the process. It's really simple. There are not many steps. Okay, I've got all my meat in a Dutch oven and I've added 1 pack of taco seasoning mix. If you add it at the beginning, it seems to get absorbed into the meat better than if you add it later. I'm using a Dutch oven because I'm going to add 5 cans of vegetables after I get this browned, and I really need the room. I've got several Dutch ovens, probably like most people. This particular one is aluminum instead of cast iron, which I really enjoy because it's much easier to clean and you don't have to keep it seasoned. So this particular one is made by GSI Outdoors. So if that's interesting to you, take a look. But I'll go ahead and brown this and then we'll come back for the next step. My meat is browned and now I'm going to add 1 8-ounce bottle of taco sauce. And I'm going to cook this for another 5 minutes before I add anything else. So give me 5 minutes and I'll be right back. It's been 5 minutes and now it's time to add my vegetables. There's something I forgot to mention earlier. I did not drain the grease off this meat because there wasn't much. I don't get any fat added to my venison and we didn't use much ground beef. But if you used all ground beef, you probably would have to drain this. So now I'm going to add several cans of vegetables. 1 can of kidney beans, and all this will be in the recipe. 1 can of pinto beans, and I drained all these cans first. 1 can of black beans. 1 can of whole kernel corn. Curious, I might try this sometime and use cream corn and see what the difference is. And last, this is Rotel, just diced tomatoes and green chilies. And now you can see why I needed a Dutch oven. So I'm going to mix this, and you're supposed to cook it on low for another 90 minutes, but I've got to run back to the grocery store because I forgot the corn chips. So I'm just going to put this on simmer until I get back. Okay, it's been 90 minutes and the kitchen smells wonderful. Here's what the final product looks like. And keep in mind, like most soups, this will be good today and even better tomorrow and the next day once all the flavors blend. So keep that in mind. I'm going to scoop out a bowl and then we'll do the final taste test and go from there. Okay, here's the final taste test. I added a little bit of cumin and salt and pepper to taste. It's in the recipe, but I forgot to show you that step. So here goes. It's good. It's really good. I haven't had this year, and today is a cool, rainy day, and this will make the perfect dinner. So I hope you'll try this, and I hope you'll experiment. You know, as I've said in other videos, that these recipes are just starting points. You know, there are lots of different directions you could take this. I was thinking about it earlier. I mentioned creamed corn. You know, what if you used breakfast sausage instead of ground beef with your venison? You could mix up corn chips and stir them in right before you served. You know, there's just lots of variations. So if you try this, you know, please let me know in the comments what you think. And if you find a good variation, I'd love to know that too. So thanks for sticking with me this long. Take care.